Can INFJs really foresee the future? This video attempts to answer this question. First, INFJs often have a deep understanding of complex systems and how they work. INFJs are often able to see patterns and connections in complex systems that others may overlook. This allows INFJs to have a deep understanding of the future, both short-term and long-term. In fact, according to some studies, INFJs are one of the rare types of people who can accurately predict the future. INFJs are often able to see how events will unfold due to their deep understanding of complex systems. This allows them to make predictions about what will happen based on current trends and information. INFJs are also good at predicting how people will respond to different situations. Combined with their intuition, this makes INFJs one of the most accurate types of people when it comes to predicting the future. Second, INFJs are often able to see patterns in relationships that others miss. INFJs are often able to see patterns in relationships that others miss. This strength can come in handy when trying to predict the future, as INFJs may be better equipped to see what could happen if certain events occur. One of the most common abilities of INFJs is their ability to take information and distill it down to its most essential parts. In doing so, they may be able to see patterns that other people do not notice or understand. For example, an INFJ might be able to see that a certain person is always angry after a certain event occurs. This analysis might help them avoid future conflicts with that person or figure out a solution before it becomes too problematic. INFJs are also good at understanding human emotions and motivations. Because they pay close attention to detail, INFJs can often anticipate how someone will react in a given situation based on past experiences. For instance, an INFJ might know that their coworker tends to get upset when they don't have enough time for their project. By understanding this about their coworker, the INFJ can plan ahead and make sure they have all the materials they need before starting work. So there aren't any clashes. There are, of course, limitations to what INFJs can see. They cannot always know the future, and they may be unable to foresee certain events that have not yet taken place. Nevertheless, their ability to take information and make deductions based on it is a valuable skill, especially in a world where unpredictable things happen frequently. Third, INFJs may be able to see the future with some accuracy, though it is not always clear what will happen. INFJs are often seen as the visionary type, and it may be true that they can see the future with some accuracy. However, this ability is not always clear, and sometimes what INFJs see will not materialize as expected. This unpredictability may be frustrating for others, but for INFJs it can also be a source of excitement and intrigue. INFJs are often drawn to understanding why things happen and exploring the possible implications of events. By looking ahead, they may be able to gain a greater understanding of the current situation and anticipate potential future changes. Fourth, INFJs often have a great deal of empathy and compassion for others, which may help them see the future in a more positive light. INFJs are often seen as having a great deal of empathy and compassion for others, which may help them see the future in a more positive light. For example, INFJs may be better able to understand and empathize with other people's feelings or perspectives, which could lead to them seeing potential solutions or solutions that others might not have considered. Additionally, INFJs often have a strong intuition which can give them insights into the future that others might not be aware of. While it is ultimately impossible for any individual to know exactly what will happen in the future, INFJs may be better equipped than most to see potential paths forward and make sound decisions based on that information. Fifth, INFJs may be able to see the potential consequences of actions before they are taken, which can give them a leg up in predicting outcomes. INFJs are often seen as the visionaries of the Myers-Briggs personality type. This is because they are often able to see potential consequences of actions before they are taken, which can give them a leg up in predicting outcomes. This is especially true when it comes to predicting the future, as INFJs have a unique ability to see patterns that others may not be aware of. This ability can come in handy when it comes to making decisions. For example, if an INFJ knows that a certain action will result in a negative outcome, they may be able to warn others about it before it happens. This could prevent major damage from happening and ensure that everyone involved is on the same page. INFJs aren't just good at seeing the future, they're also good at picking out details that others might miss. This makes them valuable resources when it comes to planning strategies and plotting courses of action. They're also great at understanding people and their motivations, which can help them get a better understanding of what's going on inside someone else's head. 6. INFJs often have a great deal of intuition and insight, which can help them see the future in a more accurate way. INFJs are often thought of as being especially gifted at sensing the future, but is this really true? While INFJs may have a natural ability to see the future, it doesn't mean that they can always predict what will happen. In fact, there are a number of factors that INFJs cannot typically foresee, including the actions and motivations of other people. Additionally, INFJs don't always have complete information about certain events or situations, so their predictions may not be 100% accurate. Nonetheless, I.N.F.J.'s intuition and insight can still be quite valuable when it comes to predicting outcomes or trends. 7th, sometimes it's through dreams, and sometimes INFJ gets this hunch that something is going to happen. INFJs often have a deep intuition about the future. However, it's important to remember that this intuition isn't always accurate. For example, INFJs may dream about someone they know dying, but this doesn't mean that person is going to die in the near future. It's also possible for INFJs to get a gut feeling about something and not be able to explain what caused it. This means that INFJs should take their hunches with a grain of salt and always consult with others before making important decisions.